Yo, hello guys, it is Great Zage, and I'm here for What If Asta was Madara's Reincarnation Part 4. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the series so far. Personally, I believe that we need more Black Clover What Ifs like this, considering the fact, I really enjoy them. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been sort of putting off the series off for a little bit, but that's only because I was on a break. Well, not on a break, I was more on a vacation, and I wasn't really at, the proper place to record videos. Yesterday, it literally took all the way till 1 o'clock in the morning to literally post What If Naruto had Katakuri's Powers Part 2. So yeah, I was not really in a good place to go ahead and record this. But now I am, and finally finally having the time to go ahead and record, here I am. So I really hope you guys do enjoy this video, and either way, let's get started.
She gripping that dick like she was a lost star. She party at night like she was a rock star. She singing my song like Bella-dee-da. She calling me daddy but not her father. Little Billy bit thirsty like big as some water. Could give you the world with the wave of a wand. We Philly, our bitch Cosmo and Wanda.
Alright guys, let's begin this video. How the hell did I ended up in this situation? Asked Asta to himself, as currently right now he was faced against the 4 strongest members of the terrorist group, the Eye of the Midnight Sun. And he was right now wondering, how the heck did he even get in this situation? Well, flashback. We see Asta now zooming through the tunnel. Oh my God! Zooming through the tunnels with Sister Teresa with him. Now, if you guys don't know, Sister Teresa is the old nun, the one that actually knew Sister Lily, but still. Now, Asta was going at a very impressive speed, shocking Sister Teresa, considering the fact she did not sense any young magic in this so-called young lad. However, right now she needs to focus on saving the children. Speaking of the children, Marie was now currently about to get her turn on the mana excursion chair, as Nij, which is the snow magic user, was about to go ahead and take her to it. In a beam of a light, he'll then be burnt on his arm. He'll get a burn on his arm due to a light reflect refrain beam. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Please forgive me. By Ghosh, who has just appeared to save his younger sister. Marie, I've come to save you, he would say. However, he would stop in his tracks. He looks at Marie, and there was a red tint on her left cheek, meaning that someone brought harm. Someone harmed his angel. Someone harmed his Marie. At this, Ghosh would go ahead and explode with mana. You scumbags, you bastards, you hurt my Marie. I'm gonna obliterate you, he would say. At this, Boros, the mud magic user, would be in fear, considering the fact that this guy was a, magic knight, and he had tons of mana. While Nij was also quaking in his boots, considering the fact that he had never really fought someone. Oh no, big bro, what do we do? Asked Nij. Fight him back, you idiot. At this, Nij would just, be scared, but do so as he's told, summoning a bunch of snowmen to attack Ghosh. However, in a blink of an eye, they're all gone, considering the fact that Ghosh used up a lot of mana to go ahead and erase them. You dare hurt my Marie, I'll kill you, you bastard. At this, Nij was scared. Ghosh just got more intimidating than he already was, and Boris was just in the corner trying to figure out a way to get out of all this. However, before he even got a chance, he'll see a beam going directed towards him, dodging it barely, getting a small burn on his cheek, causing him to whimper in pain. He's a monster, he would say. However, Ghost did not care. You're right, I'm only a monster to those who hurt my Marie. Now, Nij was currently scared, crawling up against a wall, considering the fact that Ghost had distilled all his snowman and was ready to deal the finishing blow at him. However, in an instant, Asta would just appear, deflecting Ghosh's reflect refrain directly at Nij. I respect you for your strength, but even then, no one likes a sore winner, said Asta. At this, Ghosh would just glare at him. You? However, one look from Asta shut him up instantly. That look in his eyes. That look that says, try something and you're dead. Asta wasn't really much for anything. In fact, he doesn't really know Ghosh. But he knew one thing. The more he spent with this man, the more he just pissed him off. No, Asta did not like when someone goes around acting as if he gets to judge whether people... Well, he doesn't really like people like Ghosh, alright? Like, sure, he can understand when a sibling or a family member gets hurt, because he remembered when, when his brother actually got, hurt and everything, he was really upset about it. However, to go to this extent, like, this is just, no. However, it also would then turn to Nij as he goes ahead and pulls out a kunai. Now, I want you to go ahead and tell me everything. If you don't, I'll slit your throat so fast that you won't even get a chance to even blink. At this, Nij will begin to sweat a lot as he begins to panic. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Just please let me live. At this, Boros, who was in the corner planning to get away, just sighed. Sorry, Nij. Looks like you're on your own, he would say. He was about to go off, however, he would then feel a sharp pain in his shoulder, only to reveal that it was a kunai that was just thrown by Asta towards him. How? He would say. Asta would see Boros fall onto the floor in pain as he would begin to walk towards him slowly. Oh, you thought you wouldn't get the same punishment? No, you're getting even worse, scumbag. There's many things I hate, but you are lowest of the low, especially for someone of your caliber. You go ahead and insult him, treat him as if he's inferior to you, but you, I sense barely anything coming from you. In fact, I would say you have less mana than, heck, you have the same amount of mana, in fact, maybe below average than a regular commoner. At this, Boros will begin to grit his teeth. This guy. Oh yeah, and what makes you talk? You have no mana at all, said Boros, finally getting the balls to actually speak what's on his mind. At this, Asta would just chuckle. Who said I need any magic to destroy you? Pathetic weakling, said Asta in a cool, collected tone. At this, Boros would begin to feel a chill down his spine. Wait, hold on. However, in an instant, Asta would blitz through hand signs, finishing the jutsu, fire style. Fireball jutsu, he would say. At this, Boros would then scream in pain, being enveloped in this flame, causing Nij to close his eyes, not wanting to see his brother die. Now, Boros would begin to scream more in pain, getting burned alive, and eventually being killed. Nothing but leaving him nothing but a block of coal, practically. Alright. Looks like that takes care of it. You are going to be going back to the kingdom to be interrogated. As for you, I don't really care, said Asta to Nij and Ghosh. Nij was, him getting back into the kingdom, while Ghosh, Asta didn't really care about him. To be honest, if anything, Ghosh just, made Asta dislike him even more. If anything, he respected Ghosh for his power. But even then, something like that can only remain strong enough if you actually trained it properly. In fact, to be honest, Asta feels like Ghosh's potential is being wasted. A lot, in fact. At this, he would then turn to Sister Teresa, who was already gone ahead and healed all the kids, who were currently right now whimpering and scared due to the fact that they were now alone. However, due to Sister Teresa's present... I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I continue messing up. Let me continue on. Due to Sister Teresa's presence being there, it calms them down. Well, at least that's done, said Asta. He goes ahead and looks up. However, the way that he was looking up, he would sense something. A presence approaching. Great, thought Asta. As in a very instant, a portal would then open, only to reveal one of the members of the Midnight Sun, Sally. Now, Sally would be there, and she instantly goes ahead and tries to find out what's going on, only to see that, Boros was nowhere to be found, and Nij was currently, right there in the corner soaking. And she also began to notice a distinct presence known as Asta and Ghosh. When she looks at Ghosh, she sees his grimoire and the mirror that's next to him and gets intrigued. However, the one that really intrigued her was Asta. She actually has heard about Asta, due to the fact that the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun has actually warned them about this fellow, who was able to keep up with his light magic as if it was nothing. Ooh, I know you. Boss tells us to beware of you. You know what? I think I liked you already. How about you go ahead, join me, and I promise I'll dissect you. I'll make sure to not waste any parts of your body. At this, Asta would just look at her and then sigh. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm not interested, he would say, his eyes becoming dull on that last part. He'd go ahead and pull out Shuriken and throw them directly at Sally. Now, Sally, seeing the Shuriken, was actually surprised considering the fact that she'd never seen such a unique weapon in this era. She will go ahead and dodge them, however, sadly for her, Naruto added a chakra wire to one of the Shuriken, causing them to go ahead and, rotate itself, doing a whole 180, and returning back to Sally, cutting her on the cheek. Ow! What was that? She would ask. At this, Asta would go ahead and collect the Shuriken that sort of came back to him like a boomerang. Simple. These are Shuriken. These are mostly ranged weapons, and they don't do that much damage. However, if you know how to use them properly, they could do a fair amount of it, actually. Said Asta, putting the Shuriken back in his pouch. At this, Sally will be intrigued. I never seen a weapon like that. And not only that, but you're very mysterious yourself. You're becoming more intriguing than I thought, Sally thought. However, Asta didn't really care about this crazy chick's problem or her fetish of dissecting people, considering the fact that, well, it's not really anything towards him. To be honest, he really doesn't really care. All he wants to do is be done with this. At this, Asta will go ahead and begin to do hand signs. Wind style. Whirlwind. At this, suddenly Asta would then shoot a whirlwind from the palm of his hand, shocking Ghosh and practically everyone there, considering the fact that the whirlwind was pretty big. Sally was most shocked, considering the fact she did not sense any mana from this kid. Whoa, that's awesome! How do you do that? She would say, dodging the whirlwind, barely. At this, Asta would just sigh. Well, to be fair, you're not going to be living long enough to tell. At this, she'll be confused until finally, when the whirlwind jutsu went ahead and collided with the wall, she would then see a large amount of rubble heading towards her from the sky. Oh no, she would say. However, before she even got a chance, Asta would appear right next to her and chop her on the neck. At this, Sally would go ahead and pass out in his arms, but also destroys the boulder that was falling onto her. Jeez, how annoying, he would say, going ahead and dropping Sally on the floor as if it was nothing. Ghosh, we got another person to interrogate back at the capital. Make sure you bind her with your binding magic. At this, Ghosh would just go ahead and just nod stupidly. However, right now, he was mostly focusing on Marie, so he didn't really care. He would just do it and, continue going back to staring at his Marie. At this, Asta would just look at Sally and just say, geez, are all women in this world have a weird kink to them? He would go ahead and, begin to relax. However, once again, that would be cut off. Oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me, he would say. He looks up only to see another portal appear. However, this time, this actually excites him, considering the presence that just showed up. Right then and there, the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun would then appear in a very blinding light, as Ghosh would describe it. He would cover his eyes, considering the fact, it was super bright and he couldn't really see it. However, Asta would just stare him down. It looks like things are finally getting interesting, he would say. Asta was not one to go ahead and say that he was already the most powerful one there, even though, it's quite debatable, but still. He could obviously tell this. Licht was strong, right? He was strong. And Asta was ready to fight him, considering the fact he likes to fight strong opponents. Well then, seems like you'll give me some entertainment, he would say. At this, Licht would then look at him, and he would just, look and say, you, how dare you do that to Sally? Until once again he gets a proper look at us, and he then says, it's you from the capital, he would say. Sorry guys, that was Siri, sorry. Let me continue on. At this, Asta would just, nod his head, saying, yeah, I was wondering when I got a chance to fight you again. Seems like today's my lucky day, he would say. At this, instantly Licht would summon a bunch of light spears and send them directly towards Asta, who just pulls out a kunai and deflects them all. Not even with using anti-magic. He will deflect them all in an instant using the small little kunai. Is that all? Come on, show me what you have, he says, as he goes ahead and dashes off at amazing speeds, shocking Licht, as Asta goes ahead and delivers a punch to his gut. However, thankfully, in a mere seconds before the attack connected, he'll go ahead and vanish in light. as he appears behind Asta with a light blade. You thought. However, this is over, he would say, trying to stab the light blade into Asta's back. However, in an instant, Asta would just be substituted with a log. He would, Lick would think, considering the fact that right now, instead of Asta being impaled, it was a log. Wow, I'm gonna admit that speed is impressive, but if that's all you can do, then I'm gotta say you're a bigger disappointment than ever. At this, Lick would turn around to the voice, only to see Asta. However, the weird thing was his eyes were a different color. They were not green, they were red, and looked odd. However, the second that he looked into his eyes, his fate was sealed. Lick would then find himself transferred into a different area. Right now, he was not back in the cave. He was completely in darkness, and the floor that he was on was made out of blood? What? What's going on? Thought Lick. He couldn't believe it. One minute he was in the cave ready to fight off against Asta, and now here he is. I'm glad to see that you've woken up, said Asta. At this, he would turn to, Asta, and he would instantly prepare a light spear to send at him. However, nothing would appear. What's going on? Where's my magic? He would say. Please, as if you could do anything in my domain, he would say. At this, a blood cross would then, sprout from the ground and wrap, Lick around it. What's going on? At this, Asta would then walk towards Lick as he then says, Do you really think that you stood a chance? However, I'm just going to give you a warning. At this, Asta will pull out a kunai and rush up to Lick. You aren't going to be able to defeat me. But I want you to give me a challenge. I recommend you go ahead and start fighting, because if you don't, this will be the last thing you'll see. Asta would go ahead and stab Lick right in the face, causing Lick to scream and snapping him out of his genjutsu. That feeling, the pain, what the heck? Lick would go ahead and be, frantically looking around. He was actually on the ground now, and he was now looking down upon by Asta, who was just looking down at him. So I hope you go ahead and start going serious, because if you don't, that will be the very last thing you see. At this, Lick would begin to cough up some spit, considering the fact that he was hyperventilating at the moment. It felt so real. His death, the feeling of being weak, unable to use magic, it felt all real. What the heck is he? Is he even human? He's a monster. I gotta get him out of here. At this, Lick would go ahead and summon a bunch of light spirits. He then yells, "Get away from me!" He will send them all towards Asta, who just goes ahead and dodges all of them with ease. Oh, is that all you have? At this, Asta would appear in front of Lick, kicking him in the stomach, and then finally going ahead and, jumping back. Lick, getting sent flying, would instantly regain his balance and begin to fly up in the air and try to outspeed Asta while trying to slam him with his, light sword. Now, Asta is having pretty good time right now, considering the fact that he has never fought someone this strong in this world. And right now, he was having the most fun he could handle. Yes, come on, keep up with the attacks. I have to say something though. I thought there's more in you, but if this is all you can do, then you won't ever be able to stand a chance against me, he would say. Lick would just grit his teeth, as right now all he needs to do was injure Asta and leave, with Sally and everyone. Heck, he could probably just leave right now without Sally. To be honest, when he appeared here, he just thought, oh, he's just gonna kill some people and then that's it. But now, he's now in a situation where he could literally die if he does not stop his attack. Asta would just continue dodging him, with Lick continues getting the attack even harder and harder, to the point where he goes ahead and sighs. Damn it, I can't hit him. However, he would then stop as he turns his attention to the one member of the Black Bulls who was still there. By now, Sister Teresa had already gotten all the kids out of there, leaving Ghost there completely in shock, watching this entire thing. Yes, that'll work, he would say. At this, he would stop in midair, causing Asta, who was once again on the ground, just looking at him with his arms crossed. Have you given up? At this, Lick would then chuckle. You should not be. I can obviously tell that I'm not going to be able to harm you. But that never said that I can't harm your teammate. At this, Asta would just look at him, then look at Ghost, who already could not see the attack that was coming towards him. Multiple light spears were heading towards Ghost, all of them looking like one ginormous lance, ready to pierce Ghost right in the heart. Ghost could only see a glimpse of it as he closes his eyes, prepared for pain. However, it never came. What? He would say. He would open his eyes only to see that he was enveloped in a bluish ribcage. What? He would ask himself. Right next to him will be standing Asta, still arms crossed and everything. Could you at least done something better than that? I mean, come on, it was so slow. I could obviously see a snail going faster than that. At this, Ghost and Lick's eyes will widen. Currently, right now, both Ghost and Asta were in the ribcage, within a bluish ribcage right now. As this will be the Susanoo, or at least a part of it. What is that? It's not even magic. What the heck are you doing, human? He would ask. At this, Asta would sigh. Protecting this idiot over here. He will go ahead and release the Susanoo as he goes ahead and looks at him. You're not even worthy of the Susanoo. If you're gonna continue holding back, there's no point in me even trying. At this, Lich will go ahead and become nervous as he goes ahead and tries to, once again rush at Asta to attack him. However, in an instant, he'll then be grabbed by the throat and slammed into the ground. Stay there, Asta would say, grabbing Lich by the throat, choking him. Lich couldn't believe it. He was outdone in speed by this human with no magic at all. At this, Lich just then begins to go ahead and panic. Bloodlust and the pressure of Asta's presence just being there next to him was so intoxicating. He began to have images of his own death over and over in his head. I won't be able to revive this. I won't be able to get revenge. I failed. I felt licked. Thought licked. Or should I say pottery. Now, Asta will continue squeezing at his neck, causing Lick to begin to choke even further. However, he'll then be stopped as he senses an attack heading towards him. Interesting, Asta would say. He backsteps immediately, dodging a punch that was just sent by Veto, one of the strongest members of the Midnight Sun. Veto was right now glaring at Asta, who went ahead and dodged his attack. Not bad, human, but you have to do better than that, he would say. Activating his magic, he'll go ahead and swipe at Asta. However, Asta would just, jump over it as if it was nothing. Please. As if a mongrel like you can do anything, he would say. As he kicks Veto in the face, essentially pushing him back quite a bit. Surprising, the members that were there. Asta will go ahead and backflip off of Veto and land back on his 2 feet, already preparing for what's coming next. He had to dodge a light spear, however, this time it was not from Licht. It was from another member of the Midnight Sun, one of the strongest, as well as like Veto, Raya. Well, aren't you a little bit arrogant? If you actually went ahead and stopped with that attitude, I could probably see you actually being a little bit funny on that part, he said. However, Asta would just look at him. Once again, another person with great power, but wasted potential. At this, Raya was so confused until he felt pain in his stomach. What? Asta would be there instantly. But how? He just, only to see that the Asta that he was looking at from before was just after him. How? Asked Raya. Asta would go ahead and raise Raya up due to the punch, sending him flying up in the air. However, he will once again disappear and appear right, on top of Raya, going ahead and delivering an axe kick to his face, sending Raya down to the ground again. Not after disappearing again. Now, Raya at this point is in so much pain right now because that kick to the face is just oof. He has a broken nose by now. Now, Raya, as soon as he was about to land, he will then be grabbed by the throat by someone, this being Asta, who once again appeared. Now, Asta was not going to be playing around any further, considering the fact this is getting irritating. One, what's the point of fighting strong people that were not going to go ahead and unleash your full potential? Like, what? Why the heck are they holding back? At this, he'll begin to squeeze the throat of Raya, to the point where Raya once again begins choking like Licht, who is currently on the ground in pain watching this in shock. However, in an instant, he will then hear 2 voices. Leave him alone! The 2 voices would say. At this, he would then turn around, only to see Veto going towards him with the Beast Claw, while on the other hand, The girl named a girl with pink hair, who was known as Fauna, was going sending flame towards him. That was going and sending flame towards him by a certain salamander that was on her shoulder. Interesting, thought Asta. Now, as soon as the attacks were about to connect, Asta would just go ahead and do the Kaminari, switching with Raya and going ahead and body flickering away, causing Raya to be in the crossfire between both of the attacks. No, Raya! Thought Veto. No, said Fauna. However, it was too late. Raya would then get hit by the attack, screaming in pain, as the scream can go throughout the entire cave. No, Raya! Thought Licked. However, he would then be stopped, as he would then feel pain on his shoulder. He would look to see a kunai that was enveloped in this darkness. This will be from Asta, who had just thrown an anti-magic kunai at Licked. Thank you, Leeway, for the assistance, said Asta. Leeway would just nod, considering the fact, he could obviously tell that Asta can deal with all of this on his own, but still, he wanted to go ahead and lend his support. At this, Asta would then turn to the members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Raya was right now bloody on the floor, nearly unconscious. He was breathing quite heavily. That's a lot of blood. I don't know how long he can keep up with his consciousness. However, Veto was in anger. How dare you make me hurt my friend? You'll pay. At this, Asta would just chuckle. It was not me to go ahead. It was not I who attacked your friend, you idiot. It was you and that girl over there. At this, Fauna would go ahead and look at him. I hate you, she would say. Now using Salamander, she would go ahead and yell, Salamander's breath, she would say, sending a large wall of fire directly towards Asta. Is that what you call fire? Please, said Asta, looking at it. He will go ahead and blitz through his own hand size. He then finishes. Fire style. Dragon Flame Bomb, he would say. As suddenly, 3 ginormous dragon-shaped flaming dragons would then shoot out of Asta's mouth, heading towards Fauna. Each one of them big, bigger than the fire that she created, shocking Fauna. They would easily overpower the fireball that she, sent at Asta, and as soon as they were coming near her, she was gonna go ahead and try to defend herself, but it was too late. As soon as they came close to her, they would go ahead and explode, causing her to be sent flying and causing some of her clothes to be burnt. She would say. She was currently right now in pain, as half of her body was quite burned. Well, not half of her body, her arm and her leg was burned pretty heavily. That hurt, she would say, now looking at the damage that was done. At this, Veto would glare at Asta. Curse you, human. I'll make you feel despair, he would say. As he goes ahead and uses his beast magic, rushing towards Asta, who goes ahead and prepares for combat. Ooh, I think I'm going to enjoy this, he would say. At this, Veto will go ahead and try attacking at Asta, who just dodges him pretty easily or blocks him. And Veto was getting quite annoyed. I fought someone who had much more speed, power, and everything better than you. You are nothing compared to him. Asta would think, remembering of a certain man wearing a green spandex jumpsuit. Yes, Maito guy. So yeah, that was if you guys, it's Guy, Naruto. So yeah, I just wanted to make things clear. Okay, let me continue on. So Veto, who was looking at him, would just grit his teeth. Shut up, human! You'll taste despair. You'll die. However, also go ahead and look at him. You really think that, beast? Fine, I'll do it your way. Asta would say. Instead of dodging this time, Asta would just grab the fist of Veto that was still enveloped in his beast magic. At this, Veto's eyes will widen. I can't release from his grip. I can't even overpower him. Just what the heck? However, Asta will begin to squeeze tighter, causing Veto to let go of his beast magic, losing control. Fine. You want to go ahead and do it for pure strength? I can do that. Now, at this, Asta will bring Veto towards his face, and he'll go ahead and punch Veto in the stomach, causing him to cough up blood. As each blow of Asta will go ahead and as Asta began to go ahead and barrage Veto with punches and kicks, all of them going to Veto's face and practically like his torso, his entire torso practically. Veto couldn't believe it. Each time Asta would go ahead and land an attack on him, it would send a pain of shockwave throughout his entire body. At this, Veto would currently now just be bombarded with hits and combos to the point where he was now almost knocked out. Just how is this human so strong? Said Veto. Asta, now finally seeing this, would go ahead and uppercut Veto in the face, sending him flying a pretty far distance, landing right next to where the members of the Midnight Sun were. Licht was now in shock. This guy went ahead and defeated all of them. The strongest members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, like they were nothing. He's too strong. Way too strong. We're gonna die. No. Raya, hurry up and do something, please, said Licht. At this, Raya, who was, trying his hardest to maintain conscious, would go ahead and use up his mana to open portals. Now, this will open portals to all the Eye of the Midnight Sun members that were currently passed out, Sally included. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to leave now, but don't think this is over, he would say. Veto was still unconscious and was, already fully entered into the portal, while the others were almost there. Now, at this, Asta would chuckle. Who said anything about allowing you to leave? At this, Asta will pull out all, 4 kunai, each one of them getting enveloped in anti-magic. Thank you, Libe, he would say. No problem. Give them hell, Libe would say, at his supposed big brother. At this, Asta would go ahead and throw the kunai directly towards each portal. Now, Veto, since he was already gone, his portal, when closed, would just, leave nothing there, considering the fact he was already gone. However, for the others, big mistake. Sally, as soon as the kunai hits her portal, she would once again, she would stop from being teleported and would just still be lying there on the floor. And practically the only portal that was still going was, Lix and Fauna and, Raya, considering the fact they were all still, each one of them were still stuck in their individual portals. If that thing hits, we're done, said all 3 of them in their mind. At this, Raya would go ahead and reach out, make his hand go ahead and go in a blocking position, trying to get, stop the kunai from, hitting the portal. Same will go for Licht and Fauna. At this, each one of them will get stabbed by the anti-magic kunai, causing Asta to actually, look at them in surprise. Well, it looks like they're not as dumb as I thought. Raya will wince in pain, looking at the kunai that was now impaled into him. And the thing that made it all much worse was the fact that due to the fact that it was anti-magic, it was draining away at his magic ability, making his portals were pretty began to dysfunction a lot. Dang it. Well, I have to admit, you nearly got us this time. However, we will return, human, and I'll make sure that we pay you back, full. At this, Asta would just smirk. Hopefully next time you're not holding back on me now. I would quite be ashamed if you were. At this, the members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun would just go off and leaving a now alone Asta there with the completely shocked Ghosh. Well, that was kind of boring. No, that's not the right word. It was unenthusiastic. They had power, but they were holding back. And that brings a lot of displeasure. So with that, Asta would just sigh, looking at Ghosh, telling him that it was time that they leave, with Ghosh just nodding dumbly, already rushing off to go to his Marie. Asta, now seeing this, would just sigh, considering the fact that, it was just Ghosh being an idiot. Now, as he's about to leave, he will sense again another presence. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me, said Asta. Alright, these people better not disappoint me, I swear. Asta low-key has been getting pissed off. Sure, he's able to keep his cool head in mind, however, okay, if you're not going to give him a good fight, or if you're just, going to hold back and piss him off, then I'm sorry. You're literally just going to piss him off, and he's just going to kill you. So at this, either the people need to be really strong, or at least give him something that he can work with, or if not, he's just going to kill them. At this, we see all the Magic Knight, 4 of the Magic Knight captains drop down. we see Yami, Nozel, Charlotte, and Jack the Ripper. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Asta. As all of them appear, all of them will look around, only to see a bunch of destruction. Whoa. Yo, kid, where's the members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun? Where are they? Asked Yami. At this, Asta would just sigh and begin to explain about all of what happened. At this, all the captains went wide-eyed. What? All of them would say. Holy crap, kid. So you tell me you already know about the strongest users and the strongest members and you already defeated them? Asked Yami. Couldn't believe it. And the way that he was describing that fight, those guys were obviously at least captain level. And you're telling me that this commoner of the Black Bulls actually beat him? I knew his presence was something to be frightened about from before, but this just puts him on new levels. Nozel. Nozel has sort of gotten a sort of fear after Asta. Every single time the blonde even was in his vicinity of you, he would actually be tensed up, considering the fact that his presence just demanded, his demanded respect. And after that, him showing him up, he really couldn't just, look at the kid anymore. But now, this is just new levels. Well, I'm glad to see that at least some men are actually able to hold up compared to you guys, she would say, looking at Yami. However, deep inside, Charlotte was just thinking, wow, this kid's really impressive. What else should I expect from Yami? Jeez, am I so in love with him that I don't really know? Charlotte was a big-time Yami simp, even though she didn't show it. I mean, come on, bro. How many people have seen simp for Yami? How many of them? Type down in the comments how many of you guys think simp for Yami. Personally, I believe that it's a very large amount. But, whatever. Let me just move on. At this, Asta would just sigh and tell them that he was done for the day, already going off, not wanting to stay around and stick to this whole little cleanup that they're going to be doing. Now, after this day, all the Magic Knight captains, including with their, second in command, would go ahead and come in. However, Asta would also be there with them, confusing the captains, considering the fact that, this was a first. Asta, the Black Bulls would have also gotten some stars due to the fact that, Asta was sort of the main intel, the main information wielder about the Eye of the Midnight Sun. He was practically able to stomp them out as if they were nothing. So, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know I sort of had to go ahead and move locations due to the fact that, my family's very noisy and I had to go ahead and find a room. So, there will be stuff in the background, some noises and everything. I do apologize for it, but still, let me continue on. Now, when the Magic Knights are there, Julius will have gone ahead and informed them that due to the fact that Asta went ahead and collected one of the members of the Midnight Sun, really pointing at the fact of Asta, considering the fact that Julius has realized that the standards for Magic Knight captains have sort of weakened. More like, not weakened, they have become, unmotivated. Sure, they were powerful, but that strength was not going to be permanent. They had to go ahead, reach its full potential, and begin pushing themselves even further than they already were. So he really wanted to make clear that Asta, a newbie, was already doing better than they. However, then again, he can't really blame them. I mean, shoot, he wasn't really sure if he could beat Asta himself. And he's the damn Wizard King. But still, we continue on. At this, all the Magic Knight captains would just, feel a little bit of guilt creep up on them, considering the fact they weren't able to do something that this new guy was able to. Well, I'm really glad that you guys went ahead and made it here, but right now we have captured one of the members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, named Sally. He would say, pointing to the girl who is now, strapped onto the machine to see her memories. At this, Julius would then turn to Asta. Well, Asta, due to the fact that she has this magic spell preventing us from seeing her memories, we're gonna need your help. At this, Asta would just nod his head, pulling out his, Goombai sword, ready to go ahead and just, release the curse. However, just before that, Asta wouldn't stop. You, leader of the purple, I cannot talk. Leaders of the purple orcas. I want to go ahead and just inform you something. You sweating over there really is giving this thing the new definition of pigsty, said Asta, beginning to walk away. At this, all the captains will just begin to snicker. Even people like Nozel and Fuegoleon will actually have a smile on their face. At this, the Purple Orca's captain will begin to, get angry as Yami will begin to speak up. He's the one with the most laughter. You hear that, piggy? You even smell like a pig. Dang! He began to laugh even harder while all the other captains tried not to go ahead and join him. However, some were failing pretty badly. Now, Asta will go ahead and release the curse off of both of the individuals, causing them to go fanatic and begin, complaining all this. However, they were all silenced by Julius' right-hand man and the helper of the Wizard King. Don't know his name. He just uses memory magic or something. He'll go ahead and show all the memories, and there was one memory that caught everyone's attention. The captain of the Purple Orcas, literally a Magic Knight captain, was right there selling illegal stuff to her. Wow, isn't that something you don't see every day? Said Jack. He goes ahead and turns to, the Purple Orca's captain, who's right now sweating. No, I was falsely accused. That memory must have been forged or something. Please, my magic can always see through everything, said the, mind mage. At this, the captain of the Purple Orcas was cornered, and he really had no way to escape, except for one. Yami will go ahead and pull out his katana and then says, "Well, Yami, looks like we're going to be having you for Thanksgiving," he would say. At this, he would then say, "No, I'll prove my innocence, just you watch. However, I need to make my escape," he would say. He will activate his, his magic, completely going invisible and running away. "Dang it, we won't catch him," said Charlotte. However, Yami would then sigh. "Well, I wouldn't be too sure about that." At this, all the captains would then turn to Yami as he begins to go into detail about it. Well, you see, a captain with barely any fighting skills, mostly used to running away and stuff, doesn't stand a chance to a fighting veteran like a certain commoner and a black bull of mine. At this, all the captains' eyes will widen until Jack would then ask, "Hey, where's the kid?" At this, all of them would then turn to the direction where Asta was, only to see that he wasn't there. Oh, that Fuegoleon. Asta was already on, the captain of the Purple Orca's tail. He wasn't really that impressed by it, but this man was the definition of faulty. The man's steps were loud as hell, and Asta could obviously tell them. This has to be new levels of pathetic, thought Asta. However, he had no time to play. So he goes ahead, takes out an anti-magic kunai, and stabs the captain of the Purple Orcas right in the back. "Ah!" he would say. He would go ahead and land face first into the ground, looking directly at Asta. "Why, you? Don't you know I'm a captain?" he would say. However, Asta would then look down at him. "I don't care," he would say. At this, he would go ahead and throw more kunai, preventing him from running away. He would stab each one of them in his leg, causing him to scream in pain. "Shut it, disgusting ham," he would say. He will go ahead and back kick him in the face, sending him flying down the stairs once again, and appearing right in front of the Magic Knight captains in all in comedic effect. "Well, that was interesting," said Julius. All the Magic Knight captains can do nothing but agree, except for Yami, who's right now laughing his ass off. "Ah, that kid is great," he would say. "Well, guys, how about you like him? Well done, or come on, give me your orders," he would say. At this, everyone would just sweat drop at Yami's actions. However, they will all be stopped until they see Asta now landing, practically appearing over there. Well, that was pretty simple. He was a weakling and not really much to show for it. I wouldn't call him impressive. I would just call him weak. At this, all the Magic Knight captains would just, look at him as if he was crazy. He defeated an entire captain, and like it was nothing, and called him weak. Weak. Now, Magic Knight captain and weak, those two do not go together. But this kid, made it sound really real. Okay. Now, with that, Julius will go ahead and begin to, work his magic, making it to where, the Purple Orca's captain will begin to spill all the information that he had, including the trades and everything. Now, at this will cause all the Captain Knights to go ahead, the Magic Knights to go ahead and be on guard, considering the fact that this causes them to worry. They couldn't believe a captain. Who could they believe? Now, Asta was not really concerned. However, However, he then sensed something. Said Asta. He would vanish, shocking once again all the captains. However, they were getting used to it. Yami, however, narrowed his eyes. You sensed it too, didn't you, kid? At this, on the other side, he'll see someone running away who's currently trying to hide. Damn, he found me, said the voice. However, in an instant, he'll then be punched in the face by this voice. You know, even though you try to hide behind that little illusion of yours, it won't work. So go ahead and show yourself. At this, the person would just laugh, going ahead and taking off his costume, revealing it to be Raya of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Wow, you actually found me out. But then again, what could I expect from someone as powerful as you? He would say. Asta, not giving him any time, will pull out a kunai and throw it directly at him. However, Raya was already thinking ahead, activating a portal and jumping in it immediately. But before he gobs in, though, he does say a couple of words. We will make you guys pay for what you did, he would say. After that, he would go into the portal, leaving a now pissed off Asta once again, considering the fact that he went ahead and escaped. I swear these guys better go ahead and get at full power the next time I fight him. So at this, Asta would begin to walk back, and all the Magic Knight captains would see Asta, walking back to downstairs, and they would all ask him a bunch of questions, with him just saying, we had a snitch and I took him out. That's all you need to know. At this, all the Magic Knight captains would just nod, not really want to complain with the blonde, considering the fact that, well, Asta is an oddball, and he really doesn't, it's gonna be practically impossible trying to figure him out. Now, at this, all the Magic Knight captains would just go ahead and look at, Julius, who goes ahead and dismisses them, telling them that they're done. So with that, all of them will leave. However, Yami and Asta will both be, stay behind, considering the fact that the Wizard King ordered them to. Now, the Wizard King would have ordered them to, considering the fact that he had a very special mission for the Black Bulls. Yami, Asta, it's very good to see you guys again, said the Wizard King, which both of them would just nod and begin to give themselves, talk and everything. However, they would all be stopped by when the Wizard King goes ahead and shows a serious expression. Now, the reason why I call you both here is because I have a mission for you. At this, Yami would then sigh. Oh, great, another mission. So what is it going to be, he would say. At this, Julius would then pull out a paper, showing it to be the underwater temple. Now, with that, Julius would begin to explain about all of them. All about the temple, about what the Eye of the Midnight Sun is after, and pretty much all of it. Now, at the end of it, Yami's right now thinking, should he go or shouldn't he? However, Asta would just look at him. It's better off that we go. Besides, what's the point of disobeying orders from the Wizard King? At this, Yami would just sigh, taking the mission paper and go off, saying that he'll go ahead and complete this mission. Now with that will be the end of the Child Invasion arc, and is now entering the Water Temple arc. Now with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video for today. Sorry it's not a 1 hour video, but my head is hurting, and right now I'm sort of, the only room that was in the house is the only room that doesn't really have air. Well, it has air, just it's the hottest room in the room. So, it's the hottest room in the house. So, yeah, it's not really that good, but still, hope you guys do enjoy. And either way, it's great Zage, and I'm out. Peace.